Long ago, before clocks counted hours and before kingdoms drew borders, there was a valley where three rivers met. In that valley lived a people who believed that life was nothing more than chance, like dice cast by careless hands. They worked, they loved, they lost, and when misfortune struck, they said, "The world is blind." But on the highest cliff above the valley stood an ancient oak, gnarled and vast. Within its hollow trunk dwelt a figure wrapped in shadows of silver thread. She was known only as the Weaver. None had seen her clearly, yet every life in the valley was tied to the threads she spun. For she wove not cloth, but the patterns of destiny itself. Each birth was a thread, each choice a knot, and each sorrow a dark strand crossing a brighter one. One winter, a famine came upon the valley. The rivers froze, crops failed, and children cried with hunger. The people, despairing, climbed the cliff to demand answers. "Why must we suffer?" they shouted. "If you weave our fates, then you are cruel." For the first time, the weaver stepped into the light. Her hair was made of starlight, her hands of twilight, and her eyes held both sorrow and calm. She spoke. "You see only the thread in your hand, not the tapestry it belongs to. A knot feels like ruin, yet without knots, the cloth unravels. A dark thread feels bitter, yet without shadow, the light is unseen." Among the crowd was a young boy named Cale, who had lost his mother to the famine. His grief was raw, and he cried, "If fate is already woven, then what is the point of our struggle? Are we prisoners of your loom?" The weaver knelt before him, her silver hands trembling with mercy. "Child, providence is not a chain, but a compass. I set the stars in the sky, but you choose your path beneath them. Every step you take shapes how the pattern gleams. I give direction, not coercion." Then she placed in his palm a single golden thread. "This is yours to carry. Where you tie it, where you weave it, becomes your gift to the tapestry." Cale kept the thread close to his heart. Years later, when the famine ended and life returned, he grew into a wise leader. He planted orchards where none thought trees could grow and built bridges across rivers once thought uncrossable. At every choice he remembered the weaver's words, that his golden thread could brighten the pattern of many lives. When Cale was old and his breath grew thin, he dreamed of the tapestry once more. He saw it stretched across eternity, an endless cloth shimmering with light and shadow. And there, woven through storms, wars, joys, and tears, gleamed his little golden thread, no longer small, but radiating outward, touching countless others. The weaver's voice returned, gentle as dawn. "Providence is not the absence of pain, but the assurance that no sorrow is wasted. Every thread matters, even yours." And with that, Cale smiled and stepped into the eternal loom, becoming part of the pattern forever.